Hello everyone, this is Arik at RC Monster Garage. What we got here is an old RC truck. This is team associated, the Rc10. It's pretty old, and due to demand I decided to make this video to show how to do repairs. So what's going on here, a lot of you guys during the Christmas gone and bought used RC cars. And the problem with used RC cars is the fact that when they break, it's very hard to find parts. Most people don't have the manuals for them. So today I'm going to show you how to change a gear on one of those. So first of all, we're going to remove the body and put it aside. When you remove the body on those cars, one of the things that I highly recommend to do, we're working on the gears are right there. Remove your rear wheel. The rear wheel's blocking some of the screws. I already opened all those screws ahead, so we're not wasting anybody's time. So let's start with removing the wheel. Usually the wheel's gonna have like the 8mm. It's actually 4mm, but it's used the 8 socket to remove it. So take your wheel out. Don't lose the nut that comes on it. Pull the wheel out gently, make sure it's nice, nothing broken, make sure your axe is good, and put the wheel right under the car. Now, whatever you remove the nut, put it back so you're not going to lose it. Now, there is here 4 screws. I already loosened them up just so I can pull this thing out, just to save time, but it's only screws. It's not a big deal to open them up. Now, what we got here is a slipper clutch system. So, the slipper clutch system, let's zoom on it real quick. There it is. The slipper clutch system have a spring, metal plate. It's have a piece of kind of cardboard material looking, but it's actually a clutch system, and then it's have the gear, and then there is another clutch on the back side of it. Now, this gear is very hard to find. This one is a 63 tooth, and I could not find, so I'm going to change it right now actually with a 58. And the pitch is the space between actually the gears. This one is pitch 32. So if you have it and you're not sure what it is, it's a pitch 32, but you can only put the whatever sprocket that will fit on it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to remove first. There's a small nut over there. We're going to take it out. Okay, so we took the nut out. We're going to put it aside. Then there is a spring over here. We're going to take the spring, put it aside. And then we got our sprocket. We gently can wiggle it out. And then we're going to have one piece of pressure plate. We put it aside, and then we got our gear. When you look at the gear, you will see that it's have the plate on it, the clutch plate, and then there is another one on the inside. One of them will be very stripped, and one of them will be almost like brand new. So the one that actually is like brand new, we're going to make sure that this is going to be the one that getting all the pressure. So we're going to change between the front and the back. And then the one over here, it's attached to the wheel with pressure. So what we need to do, we need to just pop it out. To pop it out gently, you take X-Acto blade or anything sharp, and you're just going to go from the edge of it, and it will just come out as simple as that. Okay, let me zoom out to the camera a little bit, because I guess you're missing a lot of what I'm doing. Okay, so now we remove this, and now we have the old gear. You can see that is pretty much butchered. It's abused for a long time, and this was the 32 pitch 62 gears. Now, I did got the new one. It was very hard to find. None of team associated don't support those vehicle, and it's too shame. And let me take a minute and talk about that. I know globally everybody talking about global warming and like waste and plastic, and the fact that they have a car that you almost need to throw to the garbage because you cannot find a gear for, it's ridiculous. I think that they should get forced to hold gears and stuff for people to renovate those cars forever, because there is so many of them. And I know it's kind of like this is their company, their decision, but they sold it to the customer, and you are the customer, and they have the obligation to supply you with parts, especially when it's a simple part as a gear. Team Associated don't have those. I was needed to find it actually online from a person that was having a couple of those from old cars, and I purchased it, and I'm a shop. So it's kind of ridiculous for me that we cannot get it from them. Now, let's leave the political stuff for later. We're going to put here our pressure plate, and now it's going to be very loose because it's brand new. And then when you flip it, you have another one, and we're going to take the previous one and we're going to flip it. The reason that I'm flipping it is because one side was very stripped and I want it to be on the cleanest side, so it's going to have more grip to it. Okay, so if this is the front and this is the rear. Now there is no really like front and rear to this. It's just double-sided and it's fully symmetric, so it's not a problem at all. Now there is another pressure plate here that is not moving anywhere. What you're going to do, we're going to take this and we're going to hold it and press it in. While we're doing this is so the kind of clutch system will not slip and fall down. And then we're going to take the second pressure plate, put it on top, make sure it's have a groove on it that it's going to keep it squared in, and now it's set into place. Then we add in our spring back, and I keep holding it. I'm not going to loose it until I'm ready. And then we're going to put the set screws back in. Now there is an adjustment for how strong you want your clutch to be, and this is something you have to experiment with and play with it and see, like, if you like it to be very stretched, if you like it to be very loose. This is something you're gonna have to learn how to do. Okay, so now it's in over there. It's sitting pretty good. Let's zoom in on it real quick. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just gonna tighten it a little bit. And this tool is just two different sizes. It's just easier to work with. Let me tell you, did they write the sizes on it? They didn't. No, they did not write the sizes on it. It's an old Venom tool and it's worked pretty good. Now, here is the problem. I jumped from 62 to 59. So it's mean that the motor here right now is going to be off alignment and there is too big of a space and it will break my gears. So what I need to do, let's take another tool and I need to loosen up the engine. And then I need to push it more toward the gear. So I loosen it up and then I push it closer. Now usually you need to put a piece of paper and do that. I'm going to show you in a second how to do that. I tied the bottom one, see that it's more or less the space that I want. Now usually you need to take a piece of paper or nylon and you put it there, and then this is what you do. You actually put something in between the two gears to create spacing, and it can be a cellophane paper, it can be paper, it can be whatever you see that will work for you and give enough spacing. I close it back, I remove it, I make sure both screws are tight. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gently gonna turn it, and I see that it's turning perfectly. I'm trying to see if I want it to be even tight more, but this is look pretty good. Okay, and this is how simple it is to do. Now we're just gonna close it back up and go and run it. Before I close it back up, I just check in that everything that I did is the right way that I'm happy with. The spacing here is actually pretty good, but I actually gonna make it even tighter. I know how to make it fit to what I want, so just gonna push it just a little bit more, tiny bit more. Okay, this feels much better to me. And now yes, I did not use in the second time the paper, because the nylon and the paper, whatever you use, after you use it one time, you can actually just lose the screw and tighten it again, and it's actually, we put it exactly where you want it. I'm just turning it by hand to see that it's smooth enough, and it's perfect for me. And then I'm gonna show you before I'm gonna put the wheels back. Okay, so now we're ready, and let's lift it completely. Just point it toward you guys. What you hear, the noise is from the front, is the front brake. It's working super smooth, so I'm super happy with it. Okay, now closing it back out. So the gear is tight. I'm gonna make it a little bit even tighter than that. I already see how it's run, and I want it to be a little bit tighter. Okay, second step, I'm gonna take the cover. We have this cover over here. I'm gonna put it right there, and now only thing left is to close everything up. Now with the time, when you close open, close open, close open, you're gonna kind of mess up a little bit the inside threading, because some people over torquing it. I will highly recommend to actually take some Loctite and put on the screws. Right now I'm not gonna do that because I already did it before, and it's actually, my car is pretty good. Make sure when you close everything, you don't over tight. Again, as soon as it stops, that's it, you're done. Don't push it anymore. Now there is 4 screws, different length. Try to remember which length going where, because the longest one, usually this one, is holding more than one panel. So when you put it back in, you have to make sure it's going to be completely straight, and it's going to go right now from the rear to the back to the motor mount actually. So it's very important that you actually pay attention to it. Okay, and now we're gonna open this, and yeah, my car is very dirty. I use it a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's probably one of the strongest car I got from all the vehicles that I got through the year. This is one of the strongest one, and it's too bad that they actually don't make those anymore. Okay, wheel is tight. I'm gonna check the other ones, they're all good, and there it is. It's ready to go. Okay, and this is how simple it was. It took about 10 minutes to do that. It's actually take 5 minutes to do that. It took 10 minutes because I was explaining to you guys. See you on my next video. This is Arik at RC Monster Garage. A little bit how to, and on old stuff how to fix. I have a lot of other stuff that I need to fix right now, so I'm gonna do a series of video. If you like to know how to do certain thing, just give me a call, send me an email, send a message over here and ask me, and I will do it for you. Bye.